Hi, it's May 24th, 2017. I don't have a big thing planned today like the Twin Peaks one, which was I didn't even realize as I was doing it was about 18 minutes long. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. These are supposed to be short. But I thought I'd just talk real briefly about some of the other stuff I've been into right now. First off, just watched Logan on Blu-ray, the Logan Noir, the black and white edition, and yeah, it does pop that way. I don't know if I necessarily would choose it over the color version, but it's definitely an interesting alternative. Really nice just to rewatch that film again. So good. And on the deleted scenes, interesting bit where and there's an alternate dinner scene where they're all sitting down with Eric LaSalle and his family, and Eric LaSalle asks his wife asks him Wolverine if he had ever had a wife, and Patrick Stewart, Professor X, pops up. He's like, yes, he had a wife. She was beautiful. Her name was Jean Grey, and he killed her. And of course, I, being like a canon whore, was like, what? But, since it didn't technically happen in the movie, I don't know if that's going to be important. If you haven't, the upshot is if you haven't seen Logan yet, you really should. I unfortunately don't have time to watch the entire over an hour long making of, but to all reports, it's quite good. So it sounds like between getting, just owning the movie itself, some cool deleted scenes, the long extra feature, and getting Logan Noir, the Blu-ray, is totally worth the purchase. In terms of actual comic books I've been reading lately, I kind of put it to, my buddy Martin. You might have heard of Martin Thomas before. What have I not read yet that I should read? So he literally sent me this ridiculously huge list of stuff. And I was like, okay, so one at a time going through. One of the first things that really struck me that I hadn't heard of before was Huck, which is just a miniseries. You read the whole thing relatively quickly. It's from Image Comics, story by Mark Millar, art by Raphael Albuquerque. Boy, that seems like an unfortunate last name. Huck is the story of this guy he's a huge dude who lives in a small seaside town, and he's like the sweetest but somewhat simple guy in the world. He wants to help people. That's all he ever wants to do. He wants to help somebody, and he has a whole thing. He makes up lists. Once per day, I'm going to do something really nice and selfless for people. And it doesn't hurt the fact that he has superpowers. He can jump really, really far, and he's super strong. And it's never made entirely clear what the limits of his powers are. But everything becomes complicated in his life when a new neighbor decides to get some money by reporting him to the press, basically, and the press all shows up, and then so does his long lost brother, who's like, hey, oh my god, let's go see our mom. I know our whole backstory, and you don't know what it is. And nothing is not exactly how it seems. Okay, I don't want to ruin it for you. The upshot is, strangely, for a Mark Millar book, this is very sweet. I did not expect that. I was talking to Martin about that, and he said, oh, you should read Superior by him as well, because it's, in terms of Millar, not doing the same old, just angry, always turn to the nastiest, twists as Millar is known for, and not badly always per se, but sometimes badly, that these are the kind of exceptions to that rule. Huck is really worth seeking out. Beautiful artwork as well by Albuquerque. God, I just feel weird saying that. Check it out. Also, and I'm only about maybe 10 issues into it right now, but I finally started deeply into reading Boom Comics' adaptation of Big Trouble in Little China, which is, I'm sorry, not an adaptation, continuation, mind you. So it starts literally with the last shot, the last scene from the movie by John Carpenter, and continues on from there, with John Carpenter himself working with Eric Powell, a writer, on coming up with a story for all these, and then Brian Chirilla, who has worked on The Secret History of D.B. Cooper, The Avengers, The Infinity Gauntlet, amongst other things, is doing the art, which I actually really like. It's kind of cartoonish, but I really enjoy it. I mean, the premise in the beginning is, you remember those little demon dog things in the movie? Well, one of them follows him onto his rig, and he thinks it's trying to kill him, but it turns out when he killed its master, it then switched its loyalty to him. It's a demon, but black magic links it to a human, and currently linked to him, which leads to lots of goofy fun for a while. But it all builds back up to Lopan being brought back to life and being really pissed because apparently he went to the hell for people who were killed by idiots, which did not make Lopan feel like he was in good company. Really fun. I think I'm one issue away from it wrapping up the Lopan run of the story. And also, much as I enjoy that, I was also pleased to see that somehow, and I haven't read it yet, so I don't know how, they've done a crossover because Boom also publishes Escape from New York comic book. So somehow they've done a crossover where Snake Plissken and Jack Burton team up together. I don't know. They end up being long lost brothers. I couldn't tell you. I haven't read it yet, but maybe I'll tell you in the future. Also, want to talk a bit about the Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Now, I know you've heard me in the past talk about this. I'd read maybe the first 5 or 6 issues, never got around to finishing this thing. This is written by Nick Spencer with artwork by Steve Lieber. It's only 17 issues, and it's kind of like if you liked Next Wave, that sort of like superheroes that are recognizable but like are minor superheroes or B-list, like mixed with like really insane comedy. This is definitely your sort of thing. Except here it's not, it's more like C-list supervillains that you're getting. And lots of funny stuff, including finding of the head of Silvermane. I haven't even thought of Silvermane for so long. From beginning to end, this is a great book, and I highly recommend it, which brings me to the point. I know a lot of people have been talking smack about Spencer lately because they're so upset that Captain America is a Hydra agent. I mean, I thought that was just a dumb plot, but whatever. I haven't actually read past the second issue. That being said, Spencer writes some of the best comics being written right now. Thief of Thieves, Morning Glories, The Fix. If you haven't read The Fix, oh my god, it's like... what's his name? It did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I don't remember what that guy's name is. Shane Black wrote a comic book. It's so good. He is doing Ant-Man, which is really good right now. He's a really good writer, and it would be a mistake to toss him under the bus. He's doing Iron Man, The Avengers, a lot of really good runs on things. Yeah, don't throw him under the bus for Captain America. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's it this week. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back, or not this week, today. I'll be back soon with more. Yeah. Bye.